What's up, everybody? MagicRaceNews.com here to preview the Artie Schiller Stakes at Aqueduct on Sunday, November 13th. This is going to be race 8 on the card, originally scheduled for Saturday, and then the forecast very heavy for rain throughout the afternoon, evening on Saturday. So they decided to, because it's a turf race, let's move it to Sunday. We have 2 turf races Sunday at Aqueduct, both of them stakes later in the card, because again, still expecting rain in the morning, and hopefully that it'll dry out enough to be able to run the 2 stakes races, the Winter Memories being the other one, and we'll have a preview for that at racingdudes.com and in our YouTube channel as well. Mike Somich taking the duties on that one, but I'm here to talk about the Artie Schiller Stakes. As you got 10 boys, 3 and up, going a mile on the inner turf, so it'll be 2 turns at Aqueduct. You got 2 from Chad Brown in here that look tough. Grand Motion's got a good-looking one. Maker's got a couple. There's a couple from Christophe Clement, and that's actually where I'm going to go with my top 2 picks here. Let's start with the number 3, Big Everest, and first of all, love that name. This horse went gate to wire here last time out with Joel Rosario over the outer turf course. It was a N3X allowance, so really talented horses in there. Good governance, finishes second in that race. He returns to this event. Anaconda finished 3rd. Anaconda then went to Laurel Park last weekend, won an optional claiming their race there, going a mile on their turf. Got a 93 Beyer career best effort. Now, Laurel always tends to, in my opinion, be a little high on the Beyer side, but the fact we had a horse finish 3rd and then go off and win very convincingly at Laurel Park, that's a good sign here. You're getting 8-1 on this horse, which is fantastic. He's 2 for 4 at the distance. He's 3 for 4 this year. The only time he had a rough start was 2 starts back at Saratoga, and I mean, you can forgive any horse for having a little bit of a rough effort at Saratoga. He didn't make the lead that day, and to me, that's the key. It will be a little tough for him because you see just to his outside, Wolfie's Dynaghost. That horse also likes to go to the front. We'll see what Rosario decides to do with Big Everest, but this horse is trending upward right now. It has looked very strong, and we're getting a great 8-1 price on him. Second place, or second for me, is going to be the 8 Decorated Invader, the other Christophe Clement. Kendrick Carmouche riding back. He was aboard 2 starts back in September at Pimlico, and was an optional claiming race, just missed by a nose. Great effort off of that's a 16-month layoff he had to come back from. Wooten Asset was 3rd that day. Wooten Asset comes back and gets a victory in his next start. And then Decorated Invader, bet to even money favoritism at Woodbine last time out, and just absolutely crushes him. Looked very strong. Once he hit the front end, it was a very, around the 8th pole, he was gone, and you knew that was great. Christophe Clement has said that he's not sure how the horse will do on a softer turf we might have, but at Woodbine, that turf course was rated good last time out. And then the Grade 2 Hill Print Stakes in 2020 was on yielding turf at Belmont, and he lost that by a head that day. So, you know, you hear trainers speak, and I'm not saying anything against Christophe Clement, but sometimes you look at the form, you look who they're facing, and think, I still think this horse can be able to handle it just fine. He's also 3 for 8 at the distance, and you're getting a good 6-1 price on him. I did mention there's 2 Chad Browns in here. It'd be crazy to leave them off the ticket completely. In your multis, you definitely want to use the number 1 Sifting Sands for me. A horse that Chad Brown has had some higher opinions of and just maybe wasn't fulfilling the belief that Chad had in him. He won the Better Talk Now Stakes last year as a 3-year-old at Saratoga, was looking pretty good, and then tried Graded Stakes Company a couple of times and just wasn't a factor. This year as a 4-year-old, he's really starting to mature. Got a nice win 3 back at Belmont Park, beating Miranda, who ended up winning next out over Big Everest, rather. So already a horse that has beaten my top pick here. Sifting Sands for Chad Brown. Manny Franco is going to ride. Manny Franco is 32% with a positive ROI riding for Chad Brown. At Aqueduct, 27% overall. Again, a positive ROI. You're getting 9-2 on the better, in my opinion, of the 2 Chad Brown horses that are in this race. There is this 6 good governance. It's IRAD, it's Kalleward stables, but to me, this is a horse that needed to get some wins. That had to go to Tampa to get a win. Broke the maiden at Saratoga, but just really the way that Chad Brown's campaigned this 6-year-old, it seems like he's had a lot of injury troubles and maybe just not a ton of talent. So ability on the track. So I'm going to pass on him. We'll see how the betting goes on that because again, it is IRAD and Chad and the Kalleward stables owned horse. The Grand Motion horse, the 7 Palo Alto, could be tough, but you can't use them all. So I'm going to go 3-8-1 in this race here. What about you? What do you think about the Artie Schiller Stakes at Aqueduct on Sunday, November 13th? Let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure you check out the Winter Memory Stakes, 2 races earlier on the card. Mike Somich covering that preview for us as well. And before you leave, hit like on the video, subscribe to youtube.com/racingdudes. We have so much content coming out throughout the winter. The Breeders' Cup was awesome. We had a lot of fun. This community is growing. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscriptions by the end of the year. So help us out. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you at the track.